today we're tuning a 2016 Dodge Ram 1500 5.7 liter Hemi. Stay tuned. Okay, on any 2015 or newer Dodge, like this one's of our customer John Erskine, we have to replace the computer either with a new one or one that has had the encryption removed on it. So in order to do that, the first thing you're going to want to do is spray these terminals so that they come off easy. And we're praying that these ones come off. Yes, okay, that one came off really, really nicely. Same thing every time. I just sort of hope that they're going to work, and this one works too. And you can see where he has sprayed, he's done as I asked him. Now it's really simple from this point forward. We just take a couple of bolts out, 1, 2, 3, that hold the computer, pop the new one back in, and at that point, we can license the new computer. I'll bring that one in and show you. It looks exactly the same as the old one. They all look the same, all Dodge. So this is not an aftermarket computer, not something fancy. It's the exact same computer with the exact same program on it. Just it has the layer of encryption removed, and now we can tune this computer. So basically think of this as a tunable computer, and that's a stock non-tunable computer. We just started with our 216 Ram, and it's a 5.7 liter. It's all stock except for it's got a bit of an exhaust system, so no cam or nothing crazy done with it, and a cold air intake. It's got the K&N, so those are one of our favorites here. With a sealed box, it'd be even better. However, dead stock with the new computer in it, with the same programming from the factory. We run through a couple of baselines, and basically what we do is the same thing every time. We warm the motor up, we warm the drivetrain up, transmission, rear end, all that kind of thing, especially in the wintertime. Then we make a couple of passes. The passes that we made right now are going to indicate what it makes when it comes in off the street. There's no sense you can start to tune if you don't know what it makes ahead of time, that you have no comparison. So that's what we're doing right now, is just making a quick comparison, and I'll show you on the screen. So over here, first pass, 291 foot-pounds of torque, that's the green line. And you can see it's got a massive dip in here. And what this is going to do, this is actually defueling. So you'd say to yourself, it must be better on fuel if it's defueling there. The problem is when you get to this point and you start to give it the gas, it doesn't go. So you end up giving it the gas until you get over here at 4,000 RPM. And 4,000 pretty much is the dead spot for fuel mileage. So most people come in with this style of truck, the Rams, doesn't matter if it's 2007 right up through to 2020, they've got a dead spot in here and they're complaining about fuel mileage. So we're going to take this green line, move it up, and take that dip out of it and move the dip the other way. They always have a little bit of a funny spot in the way that the cam transitions, but we're going to work on that too. So first pass, 291 foot-pounds, 279 horsepower at the wheels. Second pass, we're probably at closer to optimum temperature, and that's why we do more than one. So second pass is here, 307 foot-pounds, 298 horsepower. So again, great big dip in here, and who wants to have to drive their truck at 4,000 RPM before you actually get any power? We'd like to see the power more concentrated down in here, so you can drive it down here, get better fuel mileage, and actually drive the truck where it's not revving all the time. So we keep making passes until the horsepower and the torque go down, which tells us that the temperature was ideal in the middle, and usually that's on the third or fourth pass. So 307, 298. And when we go to our third pass, now we're definitely up to temperature, and we're right in the middle. So first pass was 291, second pass was 308, I think. This one's 301, so we're right back in the middle. We started to come down. The dip is more pronounced. It's very consistently awful from the factory. 271 horsepower at 5,100. Really, you could rev this thing out, but this customer's not looking for a sports car. And we might even get another 5 or 6 or 8, or who knows, maybe even 10 horsepower if we revved it higher, but that's not why we're here. He wants the truck to run good. It's a 2016. He just finished having it painted and done over. It looks beautiful, so let's make it run just as good as it looks. We made a couple of adjustments, and the idea has been to get this green line to come up sooner and hold and stay and not have a great big swoop and a drop in here. So when I come to the pass we just did, and like I said, it usually takes 9 or 10 passes. We're on pass number 8 right now. Now the green line comes up, holds up, and stays, and we're tickling 400 foot-pounds of torque, 392. 328 horsepower to the wheels. Again, this is a truck. This is what we wanted to do. We talked about it in the very beginning, but when we overlay those two, here's the current torque curve, and here's the torque curve when it came in. Like, it's a world of different truck. Here's your horsepower when it came in, and here's the horsepower now. So it just continues to pull. It's a fairly similar shape, but there's a lot more. And then the torque is just up and stays up. This is what you want when you have a truck. This is why we do trucks. We do a lot of them every year. Yes, we do Corvettes and Mustangs and everything else, Camaros and you name it, but we do a lot of trucks because on the road today, there are a lot of trucks, and this Ram is definitely benefiting from Wally's expertise.
All right.